Yo, what's going on, and welcome to what's probably gonna be my last video about League Star strategies for patch 3.15 in Path of Exile, and this strategy is going to be bossing. So it is pretty well known that bossing is one of the best ways to make currency during the beginning of the league, which actually made it a bit worse in my opinion, but it is still amazing. And still a lot of people will make a ton of money doing this strategy. But it is also a very hard strategy, so if you want to do it, you should start preparing right now for it. You should find a good build that can kill pretty much every boss in the game on budget. So I would recommend any type of trap, mine, maybe totem builds, so things like glacial cascade mines, maybe arc traps, maybe freezing pools totems, and so on. Just check out the league starting boss killers on YouTube and Google. So there is a lot of different bosses that you can do, but the ones that most of the people are doing during the league starts are Guardian maps. So Lair of the Hydra, Minotaur, Phoenix, Chimera, and Purifier, Constrictor, Enslaver, and Eradicator. And after you do them, you do their invitation. And that's because these bosses are actually quite easy and they give you a lot of profit from their fragments that they always drop. So they are less RNG, but because so many people do these Guardian maps, they will actually be quite expensive. The second one is the Breachstones, and the Breachstones are actually very good for profit just from themselves. You will get the blessings, their items, and so on, and they are very expensive during the beginning of the league, but the invitation is actually pretty hard, so make sure you have some gear if you will do also invitation, not only the Breachstones. And obviously the last one, which is the third invitation, so Cortex, Chayula, the Atsiri, Shaper, and Elder are only for pretty good build, especially after the nerfs. I do not expect that many people to be able to do this type of invitation, so I would recommend to do them in party, maybe have like 1 or 2 supports and try to do these high-end invitations with support. In terms of passives, you will want the Guardian's Aid for additional drops from additional guardians. So each time you do Shaper or Elder Guardian, you will get another one when he is on low life, and this second guardian has a chance to drop the fragments and unique items. So this basically increases the drop from guardians. The second one is Gaze into Abyss, which increases the drop pool of Elder and Shaper. And Elder and Shaper drop a lot of Shaper and Elder in influence items, so you get a lot of money from doing them. So you don't actually even need to do the Shaper or Elder invitation, you can just farm them and you should still be able to make a nice profit. So this would be my top priority, and the next ones would be the synthesis ones. So unique bosses drop a well fractured item, and synthesis unique items in areas have free synthesize implicit always. So this increases your drop from Cortex and other synthesis maps if you want to do them. And the last boss I want to talk about is Awakener. So obviously you can't just buy Awakeners, but you also can just spawn him yourself. If you have a boss killing build, you will probably not do maps as fast, but you still should be able to make a decent profit from Awakeners if you can't buy some bosses. And also you can do the Awakener passive, but I would recommend the other one. What I would recommend though is doing the boosts of Awakener. So some people will reach to maps tier 14, do all of their Guardians, the Conquerors, but they can't do Awakener. So they will post in either trade chat or on forum or in TFT Discord, and you can sell boosts for Awakeners and for the other invitations. So this is what makes bosses profit skyrocket. So doing the boosts, once you have a good enough build to be able to kill bosses with less portals. So when you invite someone to your party, that person wants the boost for invitation, he will open that invitation. He has to click in the middle of Maven, spawn bosses. Then he goes out and you go in. This way bosses will not have the double amount of life because of 2 players, but you will have 1 less portal. And you also have to remember that that person has to go in again. So you basically have to do invitation with 2 less portals, and you have to spam go in when the bosses are on low HP. So you can charge probably up to 1 exalt for these boosts, and the reason people want them is because of these passives. So when you do any of the invitation for the first time, you unlock the passive. But again, that person that gets a boost from you, he has to open his invitation and he has to be inside when the boss is dying. So you can advertise if you want to do some kind of boosting on trade, on forum, and on TFT Discord. So that's going to be it. And if you want to see how I'm gonna do during the league start, you can check out my Twitch channel, ZenM. I'm gonna link it in the description. And that's going to be it for today. See you next time.